There we go.
Okay, we are live. Ladies and gentlemen, you are welcome to the loudest African debate where everything goes. We are so happy to have all of you tune in to listen to the issues that matters. This is where we discuss the real things that are bothering Africa. And today, we are glad to have powerful women on our show. We are so glad. Joining me here in South Africa is Andile Josie. Andile Josie is a powerful young lady. She is doing a lot for the young people here in South Africa, and she is an inspiration to anybody that cross path with her. I am so glad that she is on the show today. And oh man, I don't want to make any mistakes. So for the purpose of many people who are watching this thing across the globe right now, I don't want to make mistakes. I would love Mr. Ajamo to properly introduce Miss Ten to all of us.
Oh, for real?
For real.
All right. Yeah, we have Miss Tan Grant. She's currently the CEO for Watt and Uri here in Florida, USA. And basically, I met Tan through another great person, another friend of mine, and she's done a lot of things in her career, in her professional life, including working at Disney. She also worked for Disney Cruise Line. She made millions of dollars for these people, or those corporations, or that those entities. And then she retired early. And then here I come with a great idea. And then she voluntarily came out of retirement to forward that idea. And it's not just my idea; it was her idea as well, and so forth. So yeah. Now she can definitely elaborate more on
Exactly.
that as well.
Exactly.
And so
Exactly.
and Delay as well. She can definitely elaborate more on what she does.
Thank you very much, Brother Ajamu,
All
for
right. Thank
introducing Miss 10. So before we go any further, I would love show Majosi to say one or two things to our viewers before we continue. Andile, it's a platform.
Hi, good evening. Good
Um,
evening. I hope everyone can hear me.
Yes.
Good evening. Good evening to um, our host. Thank you so much for having us, and good evening to our audience. As has been mentioned, my name is Andile Shozi, and I am the managing director of Smart Tech Check Technology, the founder and director of Unbridle Your Sparkle, and marketing and finance web for Every Girl Has a Dream. I am, as King has said, I'm really passionate about young women. I think young people in general, the youth. I'm passionate about women who have been abused, women who also have come out of touch with their true identity. So I work a lot with young women who have been abused, young women who come from so-called broken homes. And I am so glad to be here tonight. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you so much, Andile. We are not going to take it lightly that you are here on this show. We really do appreciate. And Miss Ten will be telling us more about herself. For many of us that have heard her voice over and over, and for some of us that have never heard from her, we will have the opportunity right now to hear her to ask one or two things about her. Um, Ms. Ten is a platform, ma'am.
Thank you, thank you. I'm honored to be on this platform. Ajambo has done a wonderful job in representing our cause and what we want to do, not only U.S. domestically, but also internationally. I've gone internationally and back and forth, and as he did say, I'm retired, but I won't go over too much about myself because I would be on the radio station a long time. I have been blessed with a tremendous amount of experience and working with especially young people, which are my heart and keeps me going, keeps me young, keeps me innovative, keeps me creative, and I attach myself to them. Ajamo being one of them. He's just a delight to speak with, and his enthusiasm about the homeland just really, really drew me in, and the cause. And my thing is, besides politics and things like that, because he knows I stay away from politics, but when it comes to people, youth, especially those at risk. And we say at risk, we don't just think about the US, we think about worldwide because my initiative has always been there are leaders. And that's who we're turning all of our experience, all our responsibility, all our corporation, everything over to young people, starting with as young and here in the US as 10 years old. We have to influence them now so that they know what they're going to come up against. And we have to help them before we transition on. So our cause with the WAT is to basically work with youth that are at risk, the poor, the distressed, globally and internationally, of course, but also domestically here, and also work with those small businesses that are at risk. And that's worldwide because we feel that if we're able to connect, especially people of color, and we start working together instead of working apart, we can get a lot more done because we don't know what we can do from each other unless we communicate. So this platform is a great open mic to start discussing what we have, what problems we have, what help we need. And we'll see that we all have the same problems. We all have the same issues. We all can get the same help, but united, we can move mountains. So let's start leveling some mountains and building some roads and bridges. And that's what WAT does. And that's the support of URI, which is our for profit. We think we can get that done very soon. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Ten. You said something very profound. You spoke about unity. You spoke about when we
Mm.
are united, there is much that we can do. And this is where the topic of this conversation comes in. We are talking about what exactly will be the uniting factor among Africans. Because both of you are on the other side, you might not know so much, but me and Andile, we are right here. So we might even be telling you stuff that you do not know. So we might think that the other race or whatsoever hate us a lot, but many a times when we look closer, it feels as if we hate ourselves more than any other person. It feels as if most of our downfall is caused by us, in as much as we cannot deny the fact that we have setback from outside. But that the most factor that is killing us is how divided we are as a people. Now there is no way that a divided people can win any battle. Any battle that people are divided, they cannot win. But you cannot defeat a united people. You cannot. But now this has become our problem. So when we were talking about this, because on this show we talk about everything with no fear, with no favor. In fact, TV cannot broadcast our show because we are just too real. We don't filter anything. We don't script anything. We just say it as it is. So now the reason why we are having this very episode today is to discuss what will be that factor. But before we talk about that factor, I want you guys to know that we are divided. And that has been our weakness as a
Mm.
people because we are not united on anything. So we cannot even defeat or we cannot even win any battle. So the question is, what will be the uniting factor? what will be that single thing that will bring the whole Africans together? What will be that single thing? And I would want to ask this question to Andile first because Andile is in South Africa and she knows what happened between Africans living in Africa, right? She knows about xenophobia. She knows
Mm.
about the fear of foreigners. She knows about all of these things. So, according to you, Andile, what do you think? But even before you answer this question from me, do you think there is any division at all? Maybe it's just my imagination because what I see, there is no unity at all among the black race. Not at all. So, do you agree with me that there is no unity among the black people? And if you agree with me, what is that factor that you think can unite us as black people?
Sure. I I really believe that there is no unity amongst us um, as Black people, not only in South Africa, but or in Africa, but generally in the world. And I think for me today, I want to take a different angle. I want to try and not point fingers into politics or culture or religion or economics of the nation or our continent. However, put emphasis on the power of humanity, right? I believe that the uniting factor of the world in general, not just Africa or South Africa in particular, is living in accordance with the true philosophy of Ubuntu. We have a philosophy of Ubuntu, but we don't really practice that per se. You know, if we look at the definition of Ubuntu, for example, one of them says Ubuntu is a quality that includes essential human virtues, compassion, and humanity. And there was a quote that said, "There is a need for understanding, not vengeance, Ubuntu, and not victimization." So I truly believe that change and unity will be solid when we start to fully understand the true philosophy of Ubuntu. You know, when we put aside our selfish nature, not only just placing
Mm.
emphasis on what Ubuntu is, but leading and living lives that are cognizant and empathetic towards the needs of others, you know, and also just recognizing that everything that I do as a person and every decision that I make as an individual has an impact and affects somebody else. It's not a decision that only affects my well-being, but it's a decision that affects somebody else's well-being somewhere, somehow, right? So I think that, you know, we cannot negate the fact that we are different people, but perhaps the beauty of this difference is the interdependence, right? That although we are different in many ways, but some way or the other, we are interconnected in various ways as well. Um, so when we speak of unity, really, I think the words that come into my mind are selflessness, empathy, compassion, love, kindness. You know, those type of things come to mind. We are all trying to just navigate through life, but sometimes it's saddening that there are people that think the only way to navigate to the top of their mountain is to use other people as stepping stones and not necessarily a helping hand, you know, to pull them up to wherever it is that they want to get. So, for example, you know, it is understandable that I, as a person, may be angry or frustrated and have had enough of hunger and poverty.
Mm.
However, that does not give me a right to break into somebody else's shop in the name of I'm trying to feed my family or my children. Where does that leave the person who owns the shop?
Mm.
You know, so I think apart from just politics and culture and everything else, we need to come back to who is this human. We need to speak to humanity. We need to speak to us loving ourselves, but also knowing that we are because the next person is. So for me, I think we need to start there.
Hmm. Ubuntu. Yeah. All right.
Great,
Excellent.
great message.
Wow, wow.
Yeah.
That was powerful. That was powerful. And Dile, and I will ask you another question real quickly before Miss Ten say one or two things.
Mm.
Do you think? Do you think you can unequivocally state just one thing that will bring us together? Remember, you said we will not agree on everything, and that is okay. Even family
Yeah.
members they don't agree over everything. But there is one factor that the uniting factor that is actually stronger than any other thing that divide us. So if you were to think of something, what would that thing be that you think can unite us as black race on planet Earth? Because this is not funny. Wherever you go, our people are the most poorest people on earth. Even in Africa, which is our continent, we are still the most poorest people. And you see other people that will unite together, have businesses and all of that. But when it comes to us, we cannot unite even to do a single business. So, what do you think will be that one factor that will unite us as black race?
I think for me, speaking also from a point of a young person who owns a business, I cannot really sum it up to one thing because everything is correlated, right?
Mm.
As young people, we have a lot of things. It's not just culture that influences us. It's not just the lack of finances. It's not just politics. It's a mixture of a lot of things. And I think for me, it's difficult to just sum it up to one thing. I cannot just say, oh, if we had finance and everybody's business was funded, then that would unite us. No, I cannot sum it up to one thing. However, um, if we as a people start understanding that it's not just about me and my business and lose that self, because I think the biggest problem is that everyone is trying to get on top. Everyone is trying to have a successful business. Everyone is trying to be the influencer. Everyone is trying to attain a certain status, right? However, me having a successful business does not mean that King cannot have a successful business. The question is, how do I get King to the platform where I'm at?
Mm.
Right? So even when we talk of things like, when we speak of things like mentorship, mentorship should not only be about a mentor advising a mentee through words. It's opening opportunities for that mentee, pulling them up to the place that you're at, right? So it would be really difficult for me to say this is the one thing because I think there's many factors that influence the division.
That is that is that is very powerful, and I've learned so much from what you just said. Yes, I am gonna ask a question to Miss Ten. Miss Ten, your heart bleeds for Africa. This is known in the things you do and how much you want to help our the black race, with your organization and with your passion, what you're doing with Ajam. Do you think if we are economically free, there will be unity among us as Black people?
The answer with you, I'm going to be truthfully, would be no. We, as a people, understand
Mm.
what we means. The young lady used the word we in unity in one sentence, and I smiled. I smiled. Okay. We have to understand, I'm going to use we again. I can't do anything without we. And
Wow.
I'm going to give you a little bit, I'm going to backtrack, give you a little history, and then I'm going to go forward and you're going to connect real quickly, and I won't keep you long.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. Keep us long.
I started out wanting to work at Disney World. I'm from Orlando, Florida. Of course, I wanted to work for Disney. I got turned down so many times, so many times. And I worked so hard as a young lady to work for that corporation, not thinking that I could be one of the first corporations to work for that company. But I was thinking I, as an individual, could work as an employee, and that was my goal. Okay. I started working with Disney. Okay. And I tell young people often that I mentor. Why do we go to a door and try to kick in one that has so many locks on it? Why do we do that? We turn away broken. And most of the time we're trying to kick in a door alone. And if we came forcefully and multiple trying to kick in the door, then we look at aggressively that we're taking something that don't belong to us. I tell my kids often, why don't you just build your own door and do the same thing and use your own. Not saying that we would turn away any other races, but why can't you focus on your own like other groups do? There's nothing wrong with that. We're trying to take something that's not ours, where we're not wanted. And if we are wanted there, we do a great job. But while you're there, earn, learn, and start your own business. Okay? I went the long way around, but guess who were my mentors? They were of different color and ethnic groups as they saw I worked so hard. So I ended up being the first female and the first Black to work for Disney in their engineering department and their construction department, being the first female and Black to work for Disney Cruise Line. When I left Disney and came back, they hired me back. I started my own consulting firm, and then I went in as a contractor, then I went as a consultant. First female to own a corporation that worked with Disney worldwide, and also the first ever female and female-owned and operated company to work for the Disney, sorry, to work for the cruise line industry internationally. I took very good pride in it because what I did was I reached back in my community and I trained so many young women that were not, we call it quote unquote. I was hired to come to Orlando, Florida to work in an industry that was not traditional for young Black females. I was the first one to start in construction management. Orlando Convention Center, Walt Disney World, Marriott, Fairfield, Hilton. I was engineering anything that you can touch and feel in Orlando currently. I built most of them as the first Black female. I took pride in that because I wanted to pull other people behind me by example so other corporations would hire these young people because I was setting the example. Not only setting the example, but I was training them to start their own businesses. It wasn't for an employee. I was training them to start their own business in specific fields. So when those corporations went back to look for a pool of qualified minorities, they found qualified minorities that were trained, not in business, trying to do business. Because I told you, if you go in business to do business and not act like you're doing businesses. Okay. But we, as a generation, like the young lady said, we don't help each other, Blacks on Blacks. I don't know why. It's very ignorant to not help your own race and your own community so your own community can grow. So we must remove the ignorance. And ignorance is just because of lack of knowledge, self-esteem, worn down, tired, frustrated. We have to change that. And the way we change that is what WAD is currently doing. Our corporation and our nonprofit is building a link building a organization that builds these young people from elementary school all the way up to high school, where they are trained to go into a specific job market as technicians, as engineers, as architects, as medics, whatever they need, traditional college or non-traditional trades, where they can move in immediately after high school. We know that everyone can't afford to go to college. So what we did was we reeled it back. If you cannot afford to go to college, let's look at the fields of the future, occupations of the future that does not require a college education, that you can get training between 16 to 18 years of age, where you can move into a very profitable occupation that you can move up a status within that corporation and be there 20, 25 years, how long it takes. Or you can branch off and start your own company because you have all the knowledge. You can now feel confident to start your own business in that particular trade. We don't look at a structured plan. And to answer your question, how do we do that? Globally, it's technology. We have to get beyond what we're trying to tell our young people what to do. They're over us. They're tired of us. They communicate in their own language via technology. So what we have to do is we have to bring ourselves abreast up really, really quickly. How do we communicate with our young people? That's through technology, meaning that we got to learn. They're way ahead of us and they're leaving us behind. But they do need our advice on how to handle situations once they're in that place so they're not pushed out. We've been pushed out so many times, so we have lessons learned and things that are very, very valuable that we can teach our young people. But it has to be in a structured manner that they understand. They ask, they want to be there, and they see some growth. So my suggestion, and it's worked so far, is to globally connect our young people in positions that we can open up businesses locally in those communities where they can start their own businesses that will hire within their own communities and extend out to build other communities that they can hire within. So we connect the dots. Our motto is connecting the dots globally to international children through exchange. And that means sharing information from Africa and other continents with America. Because if you look at it, technology has already been shared through the internet. If you own a cell phone, that's technology. So don't think I don't know technology. Yes, you do. That circuit board, that battery, that semiconductor. Is there any reason why we can't open up a plant in Africa and build our own semiconductors, become competitive globally? Yes, we can. And hire within our localized communities to build those semiconductors, to build technology in our own areas. Why can't we open up a area in horticulture to share that experience from kids over here in the U.S. that would love to come to Africa and share what they've learned in college, so that you're able to open up a manufacturing plant that has the best technology to sort, to package, open up a distribution line with a trucking company to handle your logistics, build roads. Once you start that, in a community can only grow and expand out to good jobs, good homes, good training, income to stabilize that community and grow. So to answer your question, how do we do that? To share technology and growth with our young people.
Wow, that is like a really perfect. And I've heard a lot that you said, and you said it is possible that we can unite. I'm looking at the comment section, and people
Yeah.
are saying a lot of interesting stuff, a
Yeah,
lot
they
of
sure
interesting
are.
stuff. Yeah. So in fact, Ajamu, can you read some of them
Yeah.
before we go forward?
Yeah, I already wrote it down. I'm over here. I'm working. You know what I'm saying? So, Pearson, brother Pearson, big brother Pearson, said he mentioned the OAU, the Organization of African Unity. He mentioned capitalism versus democratic socialism. He gave some respect to Queen Tan and so forth. And then Tafari said that unification may be possible with open borders and get rid of every government that's standing right now. That's his words, not mine. Don't. Come on, y'all. Don't come at me. Don't come at me. All right. And I see where he's going. I see where Tafari's going. That wow. Okay. And then it's not bad. I'm just saying. I see where he's going with that. And then Tulani, Tulani said Ubuntu and collaboration. Basically, those were the things that individual was saying. Walter, I was reading his thing. He wrote like a big thing here, which is good. Which is good. I was reading Walter's things. He said, I believe that there's a distinction between things that are considered universal as self-evident truths from across the continent and unification factors that, while there are ideas that may be divergent, are the things necessary to bring us together. And then Ethan said the division that we see is caused by Africans themselves.
Exactly.
Themselves. Like, like
Exactly.
they're actually dividing themselves, but then don't want to say that they're dividing themselves.
Yeah,
Which
yeah, yeah.
I don't get that. If you know you
That is
dividing
true.
yourself, but I'm just saying, I don't get it.
I got it
I don't get it.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not saying his statement I don't get. What I don't get is if you know you're dividing yourself with another brother or sister, then you should have enough courage to say, you know what? I'm the problem, not them, or not any outside force. I'm the problem for not unifying with the individuals. That's all I'm saying.
We don't
I
even
agree
want to
with
talk about it.
right. I agree
Yeah.
with Ethan on that. I haven't spoke to the brother in a while, but I agree with him on that. I agree with him on that. Agree with him on that. And then that's about it. Oh wait, somebody just came on. Tabitha, she made it. She made it. She made it in. She made it aboard. Issues with the dreaded Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi. I don't know what's going on with that Wi-Fi over there, but man, if I had money, I'm telling y'all, I'm telling you, if I had large amounts of money, I'm talking about crazy amount of money. That's the first thing I'm gonna fix in Africa is some Wi-Fi and the water. Gotta have some water, man.
We have
Clean water.
no, we have technology that we're working on right now. We might just
Uh
try,
oh.
so John was aware of that, but because of intellectual property, we can't discuss it. But Africa would be a great test platform for what we want to do, but I can't talk about it on air.
You
But
see, you see, you see,
yeah,
you see. We already getting stuff ready, getting ready.
but I want to make something clear in your discussions. The audience should be bringing solutions
Mm.
to the table. We can talk about all our problems, but unless you have a solution for that problem, give yourself a test. When I come on this platform, and when a problem comes up or I have noticed a problem, just don't talk about the problem. We can talk about problems to, what word I want to use when I'm trying to be respectful. We don't want to waste anyone's time. Have a solution for a problem. And in your debate, discuss how you can approve that solution, how you can come up with funding, what's the next step, what do we need to do to bring that solution into existence.
Mm. You heard that, y'all? Y'all, yeah. Wow.
Unify. How do I bring that? I'm going to throw something out there.
Mm.
Most of you guys know. What's the biggest problem that you guys have with your communication via, say, cell phone? What's the biggest problem? Someone name one big problem. Besides Wi-Fi, what is the main?
Oh, okay. I'm about to say that.
Yeah, we know we're that might be another debate, and I got a feeling a lot of these.
I would say, what about drop calls, Queen Tan? What about drop calls? Like,
well, that has a lot
I
to
don't
do
know.
with Wi-Fi, your service, and your towers. And we've already, Yuri is right now starting to look into actually constructing towers, getting in that race. That's basically a particular industry that's locked down, no people of color involved in. So we want to change that. We change it. I'm known for just diving in, cowboy boots and all, and big trucks. So that means that we go into areas that we're not welcome. But We are welcome because what our government over in the US set aside contracts and funding for minorities. If we never go in and create businesses that meet those certifications to grab all those assets and millions of dollars, who do we blame? We blame everybody else except for us because you won't get your insurance, you won't get your license, you won't follow every rule, policy, and requirement that all of the other quote unquote businesses get. Europeans, what we call. You get in the state of mind that in order for me to compete, I got to be on a level playing field. And that's how I get us, because we shortchange ourselves by not doing business like we're supposed to be in business to do business. It requires insurance. It protects you in case you die, that your business doesn't go under or you lose your employees. It protects your employees because if they get sick, they can come back. They can still provide for their family with sick leave and things like that. They have so many things in case you're sued. They don't take everything that you own in your company. That's insurance. We have to get all those things in place. And to be honest with you, it doesn't cost that much. But if you have people like myself that know all the requirements, why not share that information? I'm not saying that you're going to be competition with me. I'm not afraid of that. If anything, it's going to unify us. If you got 3 companies that are doing the same thing of color, guess what? It's just more business for us to bid on. We got to stop this where we'll do business with everybody except people of color. Like we're lesser experienced, like we don't know what we're doing. If we're in there, we have license, apparently we know what we're doing. Give us a chance. Okay, give us a chance. So to sum it up, bring solutions to the table when we address problems. Okay, I have a problem, I need a solution. Put it out there. You'll be surprised when we put our minds together. People of color, we're not around because we didn't come up with solutions. We're still here because we had the best solutions globally.
Uh-oh. Y'all heard that?
Yeah.
We're doing better than everybody else. We spend more money than anyone else globally because we have it. We will hustle. We will do everything we can, survive. I hate to say that. We do it better than anybody else. That's why we're still here. And if we stop buying things for 1 week, we will shut the economy down. That's proven in the United States. But we don't have to go there. Everyone knows that. We just have to get together, unify. Meaning unify doesn't mean it's gone out of what? Vengeance. To get back. And move on.
Oh, she said vengeance, y'all. Vengeance. Which
we don't need that. Nothing negative, only positive.
Jealousy, none of that.
We don't need it.
Come on.
This world is too big for all of us to have everything. Okay, so share everything.
Wow.
Okay, sharing and positive will only return to you when you need someone to share something. That positive thing that shows up one day in your life when you need it. I tell my students when I go out and mentor them, don't ever be rude to anyone because of their position, how they look, and what they seem that they don't have. Because one day when you interview for a job, that person's going to turn around in that big black chair and say, I remember you. And because of what you did, I don't think your character would fit in my corporation.
Yes, ma'am.
Young people, be respectful. Help wherever you can. What goes out comes back. And if we get together, unify, show passion and compassion together toward each other.
Wow.
Like I said, we can level mountains, build bridges, and build roads and connect. Finally, that's our destination.
Got that right.
Our destination.
Got that right.
And everything you want will be included at the
I keep pressing the clap key for you over and over because I cannot just stop clapping. For all that you say, man, it makes a lot of sense. If we unite, like if we read the Holy Bible, there's a story in the Bible that I always reference to when I'm talking about unity. They talk about when people came together to build a building to
the Tower of Babel.
The Tower of Babel to reach heaven. And the most interesting stuff in that story is said, God said, they are in unity. Nothing can stop them. Nothing. That is God
Mm.
Himself talking. He said, if I don't come down myself to disrupt these people, nothing can stop them. So
Mm.
unity is just everything. So if we unite, just like Miss Ten said, we can
Mm.
level mountains, we can build bridges to do whatever. We can reach heaven. We can do whatever we want to do if we unite. But then there is no place for jealousy, hatred, revenge in the place of unity. Anybody
Mm.
with such kind of attribute cannot unite. Guys,
Yeah.
I'm feeling the anointing. So let's continue. Yeah.
Mm.
Our queen just joined us now.
Oh yeah.
Queen Renee. Renee is a powerful lady here in South Africa, and she's doing a lot in our organization, United New African Family, and
Mm.
she's doing a lot with other businesses. She will tell you guys more about herself. Queen Renee, up to you because you came a little bit late. It's because of our Wi-Fi. It's not always
Mm.
good.
Good
I
evening,
understand.
everyone.
Good evening.
I'm having trouble connecting.
Mm.
I'm I'm so sorry, everyone. I'm having trouble connecting, and I'm also in recovery. Can you hear me? Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Can you hear me? Am I audible?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, you're on.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yes.
yes, yes. We can hear you. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we can hear you. Yes.
Uh oh, she's frozen now.
Okay. The
Yeah.
Wi-Fi.
Yeah. Don't worry.
Okay. But I think what Renee
Yeah.
was trying to say is that she's recovering from corona. She was tested positive.
Oh
Um,
wow.
but then she's
Wow.
actually recovering
Oh.
very well. So she will be fine. So Mr.
There she
Ajamo,
is. There
if
she
you
is.
were to ask, oh,
Oh,
okay, cool.
there she is. She came back.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. Oh
Yes, we
yes.
can.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for the opportunity. I'm so sorry, my voice might not be coming through strong enough. And I'm actually very tired. I can't speak for long. Or
Oh shit.
this is a very, very exhausting disease. It's the first time. So I was actually hoping to get a chance to run away because I'm so tired. I'm sitting here falling asleep. Although the topic is very interesting, I'm very, very tired, guys. This is it's so difficult. I'm fighting to stay awake here. So can I please be excused? Please, please, please.
Well, yeah, sister, man. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm so
You
sorry.
before you go, Queen
that's
Renee.
passion right there. That's passion.
Just remember this. Just remember this. You are a warrior. You are a strong woman. You are more powerful than Corona.
Thank,
Corona has
Oh yeah.
nothing against you. You will overcome it, and
thank
you will
you.
come back. We work together to conquer Africa. Thank you very much, Renee, for coming on the show. I
Yeah.
appreciate you.
Thank you. Good
Thank you.
All
night.
right. All
Safe.
right. Wow. Oh, that's
So
just
yeah. So Mr. Ajamo,
yeah.
if you
Yes.
were to ask our guests questions about unity, what would be that person question that you would ask Shoma Andile Shose? What would be? And I'm so sorry.
I mean,
Sometimes I get your name wrong, but then I'm so sorry. I'm not supposed to be getting your name wrong. Yeah,
yeah,
no
I'm not.
problem.
Yeah, I'm not even sure what to ask per se, and it's not because of a lack of words or lack of thought. It's just um I truly believe in solutions. I mean, I can sit here and say, well, the food is not right, the air is not right, whatever's not right. But at the end of the day, I guess my question would be, what are you going to do to make it right? What are you going to do
Absolutely.
to change whatever problem it is? And sometimes I think with me, I don't even need to point out the problem to most individuals. I just fix it. I don't even
Yeah.
care about talking about the problem. I just like, you know what? I see there's an issue. I'm gonna fix it. And later on, if somebody asks me why did you do that? And then I'll say, well, it's because of this issue or this problem. So that's my question to you is what are you actively doing to change the problem? Like what do you act like if we could talk all day long, everybody could talk. We could sit on this show for 5 hours, 10 hours and talk. But at the end of the day, what are you doing to move things forward or what have you?
Can I answer that question or just elaborate on what you just said?
Oh,
Yes, please.
yeah, go
Okay.
ahead. Sorry.
I'm looking at the young lady there, and may I say, is it Andale? Is it
And
Andale?
Indeed.
Leo,
Okay.
Yeah.
Beautiful name, by the way.
thank you.
We, when both the gentlemen said that just own up to the problem if you are the problem. My thing we have to know with young people, we lost a generation. These young people that are here now, 18 years and older, the generation before we lost a lot of young people, drugs, suicide, mental issues, wars. So they were raised by elders. Our elders are dying off. When our elders die off completely and there's that connection is lost, meaning our history, meaning all the wonderful things that we've done, because right now our young people are only aware of their existence and what they know through media. The
Yeah.
media is not positive,
Mm,
doesn't create positive words enough to change the mindset of our young people. So we have to personally take it upon ourselves to create positive images, positive presence, positive interactions. If we're constantly fighting in our own homes, drinking, discouraged, you're not this, you're not that, they hear it from our own ears, coming from our own mouths. And then they have to go outside the home and they hear the same thing. But you want them to be positive and do positive things. It doesn't work that way in the real world. So we as a people have to stop this nonsense. We have lost a generation. Who's going to go fill in the blank? Who's going to fill in
mm,
that gap in the transition of teaching these young people? You know, it
Yeah.
has to be our communities like we used to do it. We took ownership of every child that was in our community. That was our family.
mm.
Segmented ourselves for those who have made it, have moved out and never came back. To disassociate yourself with your own community and where you come from is horrific because you just destroyed everything that your elders built in that community by leaving it. You can go off and do well, but come back. Do something positive.
Yes,
Stay there.
ma'am.
They need to see images of where, hey, I left and this is what I did and I come back so you can do it. But if you never come back,
Mm,
what do they see?
mm,
The challenges that they have to go through that they shouldn't have to go through because
mhm,
you could have made a difference. Unity means you cannot do it by yourself. You have to do it as a community. That means that you have to accept each other, good and bad. You are who you are. But it's nice at the end of the day to know if you need something, you got your community has your back. You don't have to want, beg for anything because your community has your back. And the only reason they can have your back is because you're family and they know you. We know what's going on in our communities. We know what's going on in our adjoining communities. We do business with each other. We help each other. Those are the communities that prosper.
mm,
And you guys, I'm pretty sure have helped know all over the world Wall Street and what happened in Wall Street. These were slaves that left the South and went and built their own banks, built their own industries, built their own hotels, built their own restaurants, built their own homes, and was doing better than anybody else that was there years before them because we did business together. We knew what our needs and wants were. We helped each other establish businesses. You're good at cooking, open a restaurant. You're good at cleaning, open a laundromat. You're good at building things, be a contractor. You're good at math, chemistry. We're all good. We came from the creator. The creator doesn't make mistakes. You guys have a talent. Here, as an educator, we call it the sixth sense. Five senses are what? Hearing, speaking, smell. We all know that. Your sixth sense is this here, which we never use. Our elders used this. That's why we built so much. That's why we invented so much, because we use this in our time of need. When we start using this and less of this and start listening more, we can do so many great things. So many great things. I've worked with young inventors, helped them get patents, helped them do so many great things. And this was just ideas. They didn't have educations. They saw a problem and came up with a solution. They're all Black. They're all people of color. And these are young people. Guys, we just needed to get it together and communicate. We're going to work on bringing a boatload of young people over to Africa to share information. And we're hoping to bring a boatload of people the right way to the United States to share and their knowledge here. When we start sharing knowledge and we do this instead of this, we can again move mountains. And I'm not just talking, we're all progressively moving in that direction here in the US. And we're going to meet you. If you can't meet us halfway, we'll meet you on the shores. We'll get to you. But be ready. Be ready.
Yeah, that's right.
Just to do business. I don't want to hear a lot of talk.
No
I
talk.
Want solutions.
Gotta
I want
work.
teams. I want people coming. I don't care for community. I got an idea. We want to put this in this location. You tell me why. We're going to work with you to try to make it happen. We don't want to get your hopes and say, we're going to do it. We're not throwing money at you. I'm telling you now. We're in business to give you a hand up, not a handout. Most people just need a hand up. You need a hand up, I can grow. I just need help. We're going to work with those who are like-minded that want to grow and hoping that it catches on, that someone sees you doing it. You're in the same position I was. So I know I can do it. Sometimes it's just by setting an example. Okay. So I am so humbled to be in your presence and seeing that what you're doing. And I know it's not easy because I feel over in the US we're spoiled. We look for handouts. We don't want a hand up. I hate to say that, but it's true. Okay. You guys are just looking for a hand up. You're not looking for a handout. So that I applaud you. Don't give up. I sent a message on Facebook today. Young men, fathers, head up, shoulders back, look forward, because today is a new day. You made it this far. From here on out, it's just progress. Head up, shoulders back, look forward, don't look back. It's
Wow.
And by the way, happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate that. Uh-oh. You're on mute, brother, or something. Yeah. No. Yeah. No, now you're on mute. Now you're off mute. There you go. There you go.
Yeah, I was actually just amplifying what Miss Ten just said to you. I'm saying Happy Father's Day to you. Also, I'm not a father yet.
Yeah. There you are. We got metaphoric. It's metaphoric.
You're influenced in your
Your
community.
father in
A lot of young
training.
people follow you, so you are a father to many.
Right.
Okay? So happy Father's Day.
Yeah.
That's great. Okay, cool. I accept.
Respect.
that.
Respect. Yeah,
That's
man.
And ladies and gentlemen, you are still streaming live on the loudest African debate, and the topic still remain: what will be the uniting factor for African people? And so far, you have heard there's people right here in the studio with us said unimaginable are some things
Mm.
that would mean I can end the show right now and I am satisfied because of the things that I have heard. It is
Mm.
what unity can do to us is more rewarding than any form of division that any form of division can do to us. So let us look at it this way. If we unite, we have everything to win. But if we are divided, we have everything to lose. It was Martin Luther King Jr. who said something that is either we come together
Mhm.
or stay separate way and perish as fools. We don't want to be
Mm.
fools. And what is ringing in my head right here is the audacity to dream in the face of harsh reality. And I always tell Ajam with this thing, like if we come to Africa, and Shozi will know what I'm talking about very well. If we come to Africa, there are people who their stomach is actually empty. Now, how will you advise somebody who is hungry to drink? Because if you are hungry, you cannot
Mm.
even see in the first place. So anytime I have opportunity to see any black child in Africa dreaming, I have so much respect for them because it takes brevity of the highest gravity to dream in the face of such reality.
Mm.
So then what we are doing here is simple. We are trying to tell each other that if we come together, our situation will not be bad as it is
Mhm.
right now because we will be able to lift each other up and we will be able to stand together and
Mm.
build those bridges. So the question that we're leaving all of you guys with is, do you think it is possible that we can actually unite? Do you think it is possible? Because listen, the reason why I'm asking this question is this. You
Mhm.
listen to Miss Anne. She spoke about we coming together, holding each other's hand, and building stuff that the government cannot build, building our stuff, building our restaurant, building our schools, building all of those stuff. But this is like I give you example of Cameroon. Cameroon is a country in West Africa. I'm just giving you example of it.
Mhm.
You can't do a single thing in Cameroon without the approval of government. Now, it doesn't
Mm.
matter how awesome your idea is. If the government decide to say no, there is nothing you can do. Now,
Wow.
what can we do in the face of leadership system that operates its own, that will never allow its own to rise its head? Because if you are not in a certain class, then no matter what you say, nobody want to hear. Nobody even want to listen to what you are saying. In as much as you will have great ideas. Now, and I would love Ms. Ten to help us with what she think can be done in this kind of situation. What do you think will be done or should be done in a situation whereby you have a government that oppresses its own and will not love to see its own rises to anything? For example, you cannot just come and build a big hospital here. Who are you? Whose son are you exactly? What are you trying to prove? Who gave you that opportunity? Sorry, who gave you that chance to come and do such a thing in here? Do you
Mm.
think you are better than all of us? The roads are bad. We all know that. We start to create our road. Are we not indirectly challenging the government? And do you think they're going to be happy with us if we try to do such things? Because this is our reality. This is our reality. In as much as we say, let's hold our hands and rise up. there is a bigger factor that presses us down as Africans.
Huh.
You want me to elaborate on that?
Yes, please.
Okay. You can redirect your attention back to the U.S. when we were slaves. Okay. Did we rebel? Did we fight? Did we come out of slavery because we fought? Or did someone fight and behalf of our people because we were so oppressed? Okay. My thing is, we speak of governments. Government, one person doesn't represent the government. There are plenty of people that work for
Mm.
the government that wants to help you. You just have to build bridges. Remember I said build bridges?
Hmm.
Build roads? Find out who are the people that want to help you. You deal with individuals, yes, who are selfish, but they don't represent the government. There are people within the government that will love to help, but when you come to the table, and I
Mm.
tell people here in the US, we can't go build a hospital.
Mm.
States, no, no, you cannot. I don't care who you are. You can't. There are rules and regulations. You guys have to find out what are the rules and the regulation. What are those playing fields that we're level that we can do? You have to actually come in and
Mm.
represent in a way that you're not coming in to take over. Yes, I would say, who are you? Who are you? I've been here for 30 years. Who are you to step in and tell me what you're going to do? I've
Yeah.
worked here. So you're going to have to prove that you belong there. I hate to tell you that, but you have to prove that you belong there because you have not done anything that they can see of value. So when you start doing something of value, that brings attention to the government, that makes the government and individuals look good, guess what? I am totally behind you 100% because I want to be reelected. I like when my peers in other countries look at me and say, hey, look what he has done, although he has not done anything. Look what he has done. Look how happy his communities are. Look at his people. Look what they are doing. They are progressing. How do I do that? You don't think they want to keep the momentum moving forward, even if that means helping you to build that country? Because it makes them look good. It's your approach.
Mm. Mm.
Sometimes you have to kiss
Oh.
each cheek. Sometimes you have to kiss each cheek in order to get where you want to get, proving yourself. I didn't
Mm.
come into Disney and be the first female of anything. I had to prove myself. I belonged there. And a lot of times I went through some horrific challenges that I won't speak on camera.
Mm.
Some very racist. But at the end of the day, I was still there and I was working just as hard. I was doing it even better. So when it came down to contract, no, I would pay that lady more because she does it right. She makes money and save money. So the big thing is, you say capitalism is not about capitalism. We all want to make money. We all want to do better. We all want to grow. And it takes money to do that. But I didn't start my company with money. I started with French fries in my garage. But what I did better than anybody else, I bought used equipment. I hired people that would work for me for free until I got my first contract. I bought uniforms. I did every penny I got, bought insurance. I bought everything that I needed to be on a level playing field. So when I bid it on a contract and they looked at all my credentials, yes, she was qualified to bid on this contract. And I lowballed everybody else
Mm.
because I had found out what I can do for less and be it better, meaning know your playing field, know who you're going up against, know how you want to get it done, but don't show up
Mm.
at one door kicking it in because you feel you belong there because you used to stay there. It's not yours anymore. And no, you're not going to take it back. You're going to earn it. You're going to buy a little bit here. You're going to buy a little bit there. When you look over your shoulders, you own it.
Mm.
So stop bickering about what you don't have. Find out how you get it.
Mm.
Sometimes you have to kiss both cheeks. Find out those who want to work with you. The government
Wow.
consists of individuals. Find those individuals who want to work with you. It's not the
Wow.
government, it's individuals. Some
Mm.
individuals will never work with you.
Wow.
Remember that.
Wow.
Step around it and keep moving.
Wow.
I don't know about my audience, those who are watching us right now. But as for me, I think Mr. N, you answer my question perfectly well. It's not
Mm,
every politician that is a bad politician,
Yes.
and
mm,
it's
There you go.
actually not every leader that is a
There you
bad
go.
leader.
There you go.
You will
mm,
surely find good ones in there. So the solution to whatever I'm saying is,
mm-hmm,
it is possible to find the good ones and
mm-hmm,
work. And
There you
if
are.
you are doing the right thing, so far as
Yes.
they represent the right thing, they will gladly work with you.
Yes,
mm,
absolutely.
I got
Absolutely.
that. I got that. Thank you
good,
very much. That
good
was that
point.
was that was so
If
so
you can help
interesting.
them, they will help you.
Mm,
Great,
Bring something to the
great,
table.
great,
Bring something to the
great.
table. Okay.
mm,
That is like really powerful.
That's
So
doing business. That's doing business.
that is
mm.
business. That's business. We all have to come
I
together
agree.
and do business, and we must know how business is done. We
Right.
Yes.
must know how business is done. Yeah,
Yes.
that is it. So, Andila, do you have anything to add on what Miss Penn just said
I think
concerning?
she's just summed it up so perfectly. I'm sitting here and I'm just like nodding my head because I'm like, that is so profound. That is so profound. Because
Mm,
when you think of even the professional world, everything works with connections.
Yes.
And it's
mm,
exactly what it is that she's saying. Sometimes you have to be at the right place and speak to the right people and say the right things. It's the
mm,
approach, and it's how then you maintain that network and that connection. And it's not a handover. It's not like I'm here to get something and go. It's what are you going to give me when I give you this? It's almost like a battle situation.
Yes.
So
mm,
I fully agree with her.
mm-hmm.
Wow, wow, wow.
Wow.
That is like that's
Yeah.
powerful. Like Mr. Ajamu, you can agree with me that the episode of today is just on fire, and
Yeah.
I see many people streaming and sharing the
Yeah.
whole this thing. Guys, please keep sharing. We need this information to go viral. We need it to go viral. Informations like this, we need them to go viral. So don't get
Mm-hmm.
tired of sharing. One person can share 100 times. We
Exactly.
just want what these people are talking about to be heard by so many young people across
Right.
Africa. Yes, that
I
is what we
agree.
want. Yes, 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 yes. So, Mr. Ajimo, do you have anything to say thus far?
Yeah. I was reading some comments. A brother out of John Paul. Where's he at in Uganda? No, not Uganda.
Jampur is actually from Uganda. The good
Yeah,
thing about
Uganda.
the show, yeah, the good thing about the show is that we have people streaming all over Africa. If we are to read all the comments, people are from different countries in Africa, and this is the message we want them to hear. Go on, Mr. Ajam.
Yeah, I was gonna say he had made a comment. He said there is nothing impossible with uniting Africa. So I guess my thing is I rather try, well, not even try. I rather have the idea of uniting and then making that a reality versus not doing anything. So that's my thing. My thing is if I'm gonna continue to exist on the planet, then when I wake up in the morning, that is the sign. As soon as I wake up and I realize I'm still alive, that is the sign that I need to move forward to unite Africa or to unite our people. So I don't need to wait for anything or wait or look for signs. That is the sign. You woke up and you're conscious of the fact that you're alive and that it's time to move forward. It's time to do something. So I would agree in that. Um, Unity. I saw some other comments about uh, you know people talking about all these different distractions like religion and ethnic groups and stuff like that. I'm not even going to comment on that because that's a lot of times a lot of people dwell in that, and I get it, and I get people being upset about that. But man, come on, like at the end of the day, you gotta go around that or let it go or I don't know, move forward, something. And last but not least, Queen Tan, she said that you have to work. You got to work. You got to earn it. You got to go out and work. You got to earn it. Like some of our people, regardless of age, don't understand a hard day's work. Like go work. Like put some work in. I mean, I'm not saying you got to go out there and dig ditches or dig a hole, but put some work in, and then the benefits will follow for the simple fact that you actually did something to go forward. The only way you can move forward, even as a human being, you have to put a foot forward. You have to move. You got to do something. So I'm all about action. I'm all about action, but action with solutions, not just acting. You know. So yeah. So I agree. Yeah, it's been a powerful show. I think Africa. I know people over there are listening. I know people on this side are listening. It's time. If we continue to wait, we're just we just wasting a body. You wasting yourself being in a human body. If you continue to wait and wait and hope and no, come on. I mean, no, there's nothing wrong with hope. I'm sorry, there's nothing wrong with hoping. I'm just saying you gotta move forward. You gotta do something in that body of yours.
An action plan.
Yeah, you gotta have an action plan. You gotta have the solutions and so forth.
For
So
those,
I agree with that. Yes.
yeah, for those young people, let me challenge you to something, okay? Everybody wants to have something or be like someone, okay? And you say, I don't know how. It's easy. Anyone that you want to be like, or any corporation you want to own, or any business you want to start, all of us have technology and a cell phone.
Mm-hmm.
Google some companies that are doing what you want. I don't care how large the company is. I want a tech company and I wanted to start building cell phone towers and media towers and radio towers. Guess what I went to? I went and found all those companies who are doing it. I found out how they're doing it. I found out what you need to start up. Every business owner has a resume. It's on that. Find a person or a business that you want. Find their resume. It will have their education. It will have every job that they've had that moved up to CEO. Every job they had with the qualifications, every degree, anything, every certification. You find out and you look at it, I guarantee it's going to be 10 or more years it took to get to that. So you don't get it overnight. But start somewhere. That's your start. Find a resume or find a business portfolio anywhere in the world. You want to start a radio shop, building radios or doing whatever. Find somewhere locally in Africa that someone has done it. If you have to go to the owner, how did you start your business? What did you need? How much did it cost? How long have you been doing this? And humble yourself and go. And every business loves for young people to ask, how do they do it? How do you sustain? Say, hey, you don't mind? Can I volunteer? Can I work for free in your shop just to learn how you do it? Because I want to take it back to my community. I worked with the Department of Transportation for free for 8 months. And guess what? When the position came open, guess who they hired? Me. You just need to get your foot in the door. You don't need to kick it in or humble yourself and walk around to the
Put
back
the work in.
and sit at the table. It's okay.
Wow. Shows it. If you're listening to Queen 10, I don't know whether you're hearing what I'm hearing, but here in South Africa, we always have that, like the last sentence she made about humbling yourself to learn from somebody rather than competing or whatsoever. We always have challenges of the citizens say, yeah, these guys are coming here to take our jobs. They're opening shops everywhere. And now I perfectly understand that it gets frustrating I'm in my house and nothing is working for me in my house, and there is a visitor in my house that all of a sudden he seems to have everything. Let us be sincere. I will not be happy with that visitor. But then how about learning from
There you go. There you go. I didn't wake up knowing
how
everything I
come
know.
we're
I
able
learned it.
to
Yes.
put together
Yes.
this
He's breaking up a little bit.
business
Yeah.
in just 5 years, and I've been here my whole life. I'm not able to put something like this together.
Mm,
We don't unite and work together. If, let's say, I have an electrician move into my community and I always want to be an electrician, why would I not go to that company and say, hey, could I be a laborer? You're learning how to be
right.
an electrician.
But it was
Okay.
Yeah.
but the question
But the thing is, you get 3 or 4 people in your community. You come together. The thing is, we can't learn something and then try to open up a business on our own. We have to unite and bring 3 or 4 people together, join whatever resources you have, then compete. I can't go on any job saying I'm going to build a house by myself. I need 4 or 5 people to come in. This company we started with, a Jamu, I can start this company by myself, no matter what I know. I need other partners to come on board to
Mhm.
support and help me with putting this together. But all of us have specific traits and particular talents that make our company look much larger than what it is because the talent we have and all the connections we have. You
Mm.
Yes.
go in as an electrician and learn. I go in as a plumber and learn. I go and do
Uh-oh.
mechanical. You do this. I'm a masonry. I build roofing. If all of you guys come together,
Uh,
you now have a general contractor that can build a home. We need to support each other by training each other, but that training has to come from our competitors sometimes. You learn,
Yes.
like I said before, you learn, earn, then grow, not out of order. Learn, earn, then grow. And I guarantee you, if that company is coming in and they're doing so much work, yes, they need more. We call them subcontractors here. Well, they will give a small company business because they can't do all the work. But if you're not qualified as a small business, why complain?
Wow.
You are strategically in a position to learn, earn, and grow, but you have to humble yourself. Hey, I don't care if I'm picking up trash on the construction site. But guess what? I'm going to learn, oh, they use this size wire for this. They use this junction box for that. They use this receptacle here, this run to here. By the way, someone left blueprints. I'm going to learn how to read electrical blueprints. All of those things are there for you to teach yourself and maybe have 1 or 2 people learn with you. Get some books, go online, figure out how to do it. Hey, by the way, you're installing ceiling fans, you're putting in that switch. I can do that. Go and do it. Show them that you can do it. Guess what? Now you're putting in electrical switches. They now have confidence in you. You're learning. I like this guy. Came in picking up trash. Now he's doing this, do this. You mind doing this, these 2 homes for me? You got 2 other guys can work with you? Yeah, you guys do all the power receptacles and switches in this home for me. You see where I'm going with this?
Yeah.
Stay positive when you want to go negative. Stay progressive when you want to step back. Move forward instead of leaning back when someone pushes you.
Wow. I think the biggest challenge, especially with our generation, in South Africa in particular, is that we are a generation that is full of pride,
Yes.
and there is a whole lot of ego that comes with that. So, in order um, of
wow.
asking the person that's doing well, what is it that they are doing that we are not doing? It's easier to complain
Yes.
so that we can clothe our ego and clothe our pride and not really humble ourselves to say, I'm willing to learn from you. So I think that's the biggest problem, where it's just so difficult to humble yourself and go to the person and actually ask. I've been here for over 5 years, but I have not attained what you've attained in 3 months. What is it that you are doing that I am not doing right? And it's also the issue of, I always want to be the one that's in the front line. We have so many young people that have graduated and are sitting with different degrees that can easily collaborate together, bring together their different skills and
Right.
build a company. So if you have one person who has not been to college or to university, who has an innovative idea, but does not know how they are going to go about to do or execute that idea, bring those people that have gone to school, whether they've done marketing or accounting or engineering, whatever the case may be, come together, build one company, and that company will be a success. But I think it's all about, I want to be in the front line. I want to be the one that came with the idea, that is in charge of this. And that's where we start losing the connection. We start losing the unity because everyone wants to be in the front line. So things like these, where um, we have women like you, Ms. Grants, who come here freely and share information, who is like, I'm not here to listen to your problems. I know there is problems, but what are the solutions?
Yes.
And you are here to freely share knowledge, because I think knowledge is power. There's nothing that we cannot do if we have knowledge. And it's so difficult to find people that share knowledge so freely, because everyone wants to be the person that's on top, and everyone else must follow. So yeah, with that said, I think even me being here, I've just taken a lot from this platform, from you, Miss Grant. You've shared so much. In this hour, you've just shared so much, so many things that I also have to sit down and think about myself as a young business woman. So
Oops.
thank you so much.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say, it's not gonna end. So now you are aware of us, and you're aware of Queen Grant and everything, and we'll, you know, uh, direct message each other and so forth. So, yeah, it's gonna move forward definitely. So, yeah, yeah.
Yes, if anyone has any questions, they can direct it to Brother Jamo, of course, and he'll relay it on to me, and whatever I can relay back to you. I'm a person
Right.
that provides solutions. That's my job. I do solutions. I don't do problems. I do solutions, and I do
Mm.
challenges, and I build teams. So go ahead, Team Africa.
Woohoo!
Thank you very
Africa.
much.
So this here's not competition. This is not competition. We're going to come up with solutions. Team USA, Team Africa, and any continent who wants to jump in. But we're going to have some challenges with our young people, our young adults, and our young businesses. And I'm hoping to share with Ajamo some of those challenges that King can share with his audience, that they can challenge each other. And I guarantee you, let's say by the end of this year, let's try to come up with at least 1,500 new startups that are owned by
Mm.
multiple teams.
Uh-oh.
Yes,
And what we're going to do is feed you information on how to do that with none of it.
Mm.
Okay. Okay. So let's have some challenges. So I'll get with Brother Jamo. He can share it with King.
Wow.
And let's do some challenges and see what happens. I'm guaranteeing you that a lot of people are going to jump on because they just need to hear at the beginning of that race and know that they need to keep moving and pass that baton and keep just going, passing that baton and keep moving to win that. Okay? So let's do a deadline, December 31st, to have actually some startups and some businesses, okay? And Yuri and Watt's going to look forward to partnering and working with you guys on that. All right?
Mm. All right.
All right, and let's let our government see what some of our
Wow.
young people can do, okay, without
Mhm.
assistance. That's how you get your foot in the door.
Mm.
All right? That's
All
when
right.
people start noticing you, okay? All right.
Yeah.
All right, go Team Africa.
Yeah.
Woohoo!
Yeah. Y'all a trip, man. Y'all a trip.
I am dead serious.
I know
I'm
you are. I know
Like,
you are. That's the scary part. I know. I know
That's
you're
he
serious.
powerful.
knows, he knows me. He
That's
knows
powerful.
me.
And
Y'all better do something because the challenge
Yes,
is out.
yes, in the business to do business. In business to do
Exactly.
business. Okay. All right.
yeah,
Yeah.
And I want
Yes.
to be in business with some of them. Okay. All right.
Yeah, we're having network issues. It's all good. We just
Okay.
see. Yeah.
King needs a Wi-Fi booster. Okay.
No, he actually got it.
You got a booster.
He actually did some things. I assisted him on that.
Mhm.
I,
wow.
you know, I helped him out, and he actually changed some stuff on his end. Yeah, so it's not him. I think
I,
it's whatever the company or
I
whatever.
don't.
I mean, yeah. So anyway, just to keep things moving, we're pretty much at the close of the cast, the podcast, the show, the Tlad show, and normally what we do, traditionally, is that we are, you know, we kind of go like in a circle and give our last words. But I'll let King facilitate that.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now, brother. And I love that. I love that. How do you say? I don't want to say a slogan, but I love that statement you made about solutions. I think that should be, you know, the main focus there. That could be a uniting force is to provide solutions versus talk about problems. So say for instance, I think a certain way, or I'm from a different ethnic group or whatever, and then the next person is different, and but yet we all are trying to provide solutions. That's the unifying factor, is the fact that
yeah,
you're trying to all provide solutions, and that brings you together. And I think we as a people don't really understand that, like
Can,
at times. Now I can hear you, brother. I can hear you
can you
now.
hear me now?
Yeah,
yes.
yeah, somewhat,
Okay, that's
yes.
great. Yeah, I'm so sorry. I think I'm having a
No, don't
problem with the
apologize.
connection. I keep coming in and in now on what we had today. Yes. So I think we are gonna be running up now because listen. We could talk like forever because this is interesting, and people could
Hmm.
watch like forever. But then we have to like really go. So according to that, with Shozi, you will talk to the listeners. Sorry, the guys who are streaming right now. You will tell them one or two things. I know they are motivated. Ten said something very important. He said she don't believe in questions. She believes in solutions, and
Mm.
that I'm gonna take it with me. And there's a lot of things that you guys just blow. Josie, will you tell our viewers one or two things that would take them through the week, probably the whole year, because
I didn't get that.
No, yeah, yeah. Go ahead, sister. Go ahead, Queen. Go ahead and
it's,
just give your last
um,
final shout out to everyone, and then we'll
Oh,
go around.
okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
I didn't hear the rest of what you were saying there. But I think for me, my
okay,
final words. Sorry,
10,
King,
can you
you
hear
can go
me?
on.
Yes, I
Yes,
can. Yes.
We can hear you.
yeah. It's kind of fading in and out, but yeah.
Okay.
But go
Um,
ahead. Yeah.
Yes, I think for me as well, I will stick to, do we call it a slogan or a message for today?
Mm-hmm.
Let's focus on finding solutions and stop making the problems our excuses.
Mm.
Um, I think that we are a generation that is full of passion, that is full of skills, full of great ideas that we just need to initiate. If we can only come together, use what it is that we have, stop waiting on the government, stop making the problems the excuses, and start initiating, then we are going to build a better Africa, a better South Africa, a better nation, a better world,
Mm.
in society. So I think my challenge to the young people is that we start initiating or actioning our solutions rather than focusing on the problems and making the problems excuses.
Mm. I agree. I agree. I agree. I agree with you on that, sister. Definitely, Queen. Yes. Solutions. All right, Miss.
Thank you
Yes.
very much,
All right.
Rosie. Yeah. So, so Miss Ten, can we hear at least for the last time the wisdom you are be sharing it all through since we started the show. So can you just put a nail on the coffin and a final nail on the coffin for all of us?
Yes, I'm a very some people say you're scary when you're doing business, okay? Because I'm so driven. But when I'm talking about business, I am so passionate about it. But I do have a sense of humor. So I'm going to end this with a sense of humor, but on a serious note, okay?
Mm.
I am my ancestors' wildest dreams, meaning that whatever my ancestors' dreams, I'm taking
Wow.
to another level. I'm their wildest dreams. I'm their accomplishments. I'm their
Mm.
accomplishments. So, young people, do not think for once that you're not worthy. Don't question why you are here. You are here because you're to carry on that dream. You
Mm.
have something up here in that sixth sense.
Wow,
You are the key.
Mm.
You are the
Mm.
wow.
key to opening that door that your ancestors built, but you have to walk through it first with
Mm,
so many others and build more doors. A house does not have one door. A house has many doors.
Mm.
Occupy that space. You got to be in a position to have that key to open that door. You have to be upright, shoulders back, looking forward to walk through that door. Time is now, no excuses. We're challenging you. No more excuses. It's not about you, it's about the future of generations. Your legacy is on your shoulders. No excuses. We've done everything that we're supposed to do. No excuses. There are billions of you, not one.
Mm.
Billions. No excuses. What you don't have, someone else has. Share, unite, build, keep
Mm.
mm,
moving forward. Okay? That's unity multiplied over and over again. It's not new to our people. It's the only thing that keeps us going and moving forward. Unify with a common idea, not build on hate, not build on prejudice, not build on
Whoa.
ignorance. Share what you have, everything with your brother.
mm.
Progress and move forward. No excuses anymore.
Mm. Mm.
Africa
Yes,
is depending on you. Africa is depending on you. The world is depending on you. No
Mm.
excuses.
Mm. That's powerful. Wow. Uh,
No spoken words. I've heard it twice. Yeah.
Hmm.
So no excuses. No excuses. So, Mr. Ajum,
Yes.
just a shout out from you that
Yeah,
we and your
yeah, I'm gonna make it quick.
show.
Just gonna make it quick. Queen Tan is right. Uh, the younger generation right now, including my
Can
generation.
you hear me?
Um, yeah, I can hear you. The younger generation, including our generation, we're the answer. I don't know if anybody's waiting for anything, but we're the answer. We are supposed to make these changes now, not tomorrow, next week. Now, whatever now is now. Later will be later. And it's time. Solutions, solutions, solutions. I agree. If you dwell on problems, you'll just dwell in that realm of problems, and then you'll never see the solutions or never even think about them, which to me is dangerous. It's ludicrous. It's going backwards. It's just I can't even put it into words because it's really really bad for some people. I mean, they're really really dwelt in the problems. I know the problems. I live the problems. I've experienced the problems. I get it, but the solutions are different than the problems. Those things kind of end the problem, and then you can move forward, and then everybody benefits. Okay, believe me, I don't even get along with people in my own family. I don't get along with people in my own family, and I can imagine getting along with a whole continent of millions of Africans and so forth. So I get that. I get that. Yeah, but come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. Solutions. We can come together, move forward, and that's it. So solutions means action first, and then you got to come up with a plan. Then you execute the plan, and then boom, you have the solution there. All right. So enough said. Tlad, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like. Make sure you share. All right. Like King Fazan said, we're here to spread information. Information. Information is the key. I want to thank Queen Shozi for coming along. I'm highly impressed in whatever you're doing. I'm still in awe. I'm like, wow, where did this come from? Where did she come from? Where she come from? You know, and then Queen Grant. Every time she talks, I always learn something new. I'm always learning something new. I'm always, or she's actually solidifying whatever I had in my mind. Like she's actually confirming it by what she says. And then King Foz, I'm always surprised from him. I'm always surprised with that brother. That brother always in a good mood. I ain't never seen that brother in a bad mood. And then what's funny, Queen Grant said something that King Fozan says all the time. And it's like, wow, that's interesting. So like the sister Shozi, Queen Shozi said, everything's interconnected. So you kind of see it even in this show with just 4 individuals. So imagine 4 billion individuals.
Yes,
All
yes,
right,
yes.
you can't kick people off the planet.
Right.
You can't remove a whole group of people from the planet. You just can't. I'm not saying Africans. I'm saying in general. So you got to work
Yeah.
with people. You got to work with people, whether you like them or not. You got to work with them.
Right.
But my thing is, as Africans, we need to establish respect for ourselves. You're going to have to respect us, and we will respect you likewise.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. So, all right, enough said. So, love you guys. Love everybody. Bottom of my heart. Till next Sunday. King Fozan, go ahead, brother. Is he there? I mean, I see him. It's a trip. This technology, man. I'm gonna be over there one day. I'm gonna go over there. I'm gonna find out what's going on. I'm gonna go over there.
The thing is, when
But wait. Aren't you in the same area? Like you in the same?
further from him, but yeah, it gets worse when there's load shedding.
Ladies and
If there's load
gentlemen,
shedding,
we
everything
have,
stops.
we have come
Okay. Huh. But we'll discuss that later. Wow. Interesting. Huh. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead, King.
breaking think I'm
Yeah, you
breaking.
kind of breaking up, but it's all good.
Can you-
Can't, can't break up the positivity.
Yeah.
Can't. Can't stop it. Yes. Yeah, we gotta bring Sister Shozy back on. And then Queen Grant, she just need a show by herself. She just need a show
Can
all
you
by
guys
herself.
hear
Just
me now?
we just send her questions and she just answers them. Ooh, that's an idea. That's an
That's
idea.
let's say so. That's
Yes.
let's say so. Coming soon.
Y'all heard that? Yeah.
Wow.
It's coming. It's coming. Wow.
From
Yeah,
my mother.
we hear him, but he's going in and out. It's not. Yeah.
Oh no.
Uh oh. All
We lost.
right. So I'm gonna wait a little bit here, and if not, we're just gonna try to jump out. But I don't want to be disrespectful and jump out before he gets back on. Uh, but normally that's issue. I know in other countries that we dealt with, the technology was the issue. But that can be fixed. There's a solution to that. There you go. There is a
So
solution. There actually.
I
Yes, I can hear you.
will be quick.
Yeah, we're done.
Can you hear me
Queen
now?
Shozy. Yes.
This show.
Yes.
Uh, we have come to the end of this show, and I am super happy with how the show and gave us their best, and we are so glad that you streamed and heard this much knowledge that was shared with us today. So now please don't forget to share, comment, and talk about the show with a lot of people as you can. Thank you very much. We hope to see you same time, same place. Do have yourself an awesome week ahead of you. We are out.
All right.